and welcome to the 80s, the podcast that uses your votes to determine the most totally 80s thing, since Siskel and Ebert gave thumbs up or thumbs down to films back in the 1980s. In Cleveland, Ohio, I'm 80s film aficionado, Keith Marsteller.
And in Seattle, Washington, I'm Joe Walk, a connoisseur of fine 80s cinema.
And this season, we are at the movies. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man?
Hey, Keith. Well, this week, we are starting our bracket with two absolute classics, 16Candles and MadMax. One of them is a dystopian tale of mayhem, carnage, and savagery, and the other one is MadMax.
Oh, Christ. Stop.
Let's get into the...
No. Stop, Joe.
What?
Listen, man. Over the hiatus, we agreed we weren't going to do these intros anymore, right? Like, they sapped our energy.
Yeah,
they weren't that funny.
No, that's true. That's true.
So what the hell are you doing?
I just can't help it, man. I have it's like a disease. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, buddy.
Anyway, this week
gonna be
our mashup in the first round of the 16 Candles region is what, Keith?
Well, I think you tipped our hand there with the intro, but yes, it is one seed 16 Candles, which is also our overall one seed.
That's
against 16 seed MadMax 2, the Road Warrior.
Right.
And that happens to be our overall 64 seed. So this
Best and
should
worst.
be one of the easier choices to make
Maybe.
in theory. But we're going to, that's why they play the games, right? You got to play the game to win or lose. And so, Joe, we're switching up things. We've got new bumpers. We don't have any of the old bumpers. They're all gone.
Wow.
No more bongos unless someone requests them. But I've got some new bumpers. I just kind of made them. They're vaguely related to the various segments that we're going to be doing.
I cannot tell you how I look forward to hearing these vaguely related new bumpers.
They're vaguely related. And another thing, we had talked about doing this, we're like, I don't know if we're going to do it or not. But then a listener actually asked us to do this, right?
Okay.
The part we're about to do.
We are nothing if not responsive to our listeners' requests.
That's exactly it. I mean, why exist if we're not going to do what the listeners want?
That's right. Vox populi, man.
So, by popular demand, Joe, what are we doing right now in this in our open nowadays?
Well, I mean,
try it out.
Moving forward, we will have no sketch bits in the front, no little make 'em ups. Instead, you and I are gonna perform scenes from the movies that we're talking about that in that episode.
That's right. Okay,
That's right.
So today, before we talk about box office, before we talk about how 80s a movie is,
before we
you
get
and I
into
are
the pillars,
before we get into those pillars, we are gonna do two scenes. And first, we'll start with our one seed 16 Candles. Do you want to set the scene for the listeners, Joe?
Sure thing, Keith. This is maybe a third of the way into the movie, and our heroine Samantha has had a disaster of a day so far. On her 16th birthday, to escape her grandparents and the situation at home, she goes to a dance with her friend Randy, and gets hit on by Anthony Michael Hall's The Geek, a.k.a. Farmer Ted. And then she runs off into the auto shop, which is where we pick up our main character and the pest that is chasing her.
All right, I'm going to drop some background sound, the actual song that is playing during this scene in the film Ring Me Up by the Divinals. And then when we return, when you hear our voices again, Joe will be playing the part of Samantha. I will be playing the part of, appropriately, Farmer Ted.
I just want to make sure everyone understands. This is not to actually be hearing Molly Ringwald, although you might feel like you are.
Right. You're going to feel like this is
Right.
pre-recorded, but
Right.
we're doing this live.
Right.
Right?
Do it live!
Yeah.
Fuck it!
There it
So
is. Can't get rid of that one.
It's back.
You can't get rid of it, man.
Oh man. All
right.
right. So here we go. Are you ready to
I'm all set.
inhabit this character?
You need to warm up. You need to do like some vocal warm ups. me.
Nice. All right. I think I'm ready.
Okay, all right.
Here we go.
Just stop it, okay? I mean, it's been a really shitty birthday for me. No offense, but I don't need a serenade right now.
What's wrong? You didn't get anything good?
I
or-
didn't get shit. Not even a happy birthday. My whole family just sort of blew it off.
Oh man, I'd freak if my family forgot my birthday.
It's a brand new year. I'm 16. Everything should be platinum. I should be happy, right? Right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't get happy. It's physically impossible for me to get happy.
Well, would you feel better if you knew one of my secrets?
Don't gross me out.
No, we're not talking gross here. No, it's just embarrassing. This information cannot leave this room, okay? It would devastate my reputation as a dude.
No problem.
I've never bagged a babe. I'm not a stud.
And scene. Oh, wow.
scene.
Wow.
You felt like you were there, right?
Right?
Genevieve, is this what you were picturing? Is this what you wanted?
Oh, Lord. No one wanted that.
No one wanted that. Well, if you didn't want that, you definitely are not going to want this.
All right.
MadMax 2, The Road Warrior. This is a scene that's a confrontation between some, like, two warring clans in post-apocalyptic world where fuel is currency and
Life is cheap.
and one faction is holed up in a refinery and the other faction is circling them and kind of embargoing their shit and going to murder them.
So we have two of the bad guys in a conversation here. And
Right.
Remember, this movie is Australian.
It's right.
We
it is.
can't emphasize that enough.
All right. And cue post-apocalyptic wind. And when you next hear our voices, I will be Wes.
And I will be the humongous.
All right, here we go. No more talk. We go in. We kill. We kill them. They kill us. We kill them. Kill them. Kill.
Be still, my dog of war. I understand your pain. We've all lost someone we love, but we do it my way.
Losers wait.
We do it my way. Fear is our ally. The gasoline will be ours. Then you shall have your revenge. Take him away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. None here are without sin, but I have an honourable compromise. Just walk away. Give me your pump, the oil, the gasoline, the whole compound, and I'll spare your lives. Just walk away. I will give you safe passage in the wasteland. Just walk away and there will be an end to the horror. I await your answer. You have a full day to decide.
And scene.
Oh, wow.
And there it is.
No, that was the verisimilitude there.
I think
was
that was
amazing.
closer to a Dunkaroos ad than to the actual film Mad Max 2, but it
You know,
cookie on one side, frosting on the other.
I have to apologize to anyone from Australia that I know because that was nowhere near an Australian accent. I just don't have one in my pocket.
It sounded like you were crushing a Michael Caine impersonation, though.
I mean, it was definitely more Cockney than Australian. And folks, I'm aware of it.
Look, that's a tough one for us.
It was really kind of like a Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins sort of accent.
Don't worry, though. You will get a chance to redeem yourself next week with the Austrian voice from Hot Dog the movie. So,
oh boy,
you a chance of redemption. You can break out your flawless German accent. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right, folks. Well, I don't know. We'll see if that segment sticks or not.
God, I hope not.
But the way we had to do it at least once.
Right.
It was asked for.
Right.
So, Genevieve, give us a thumbs up or thumbs down in the comments. Do you want this to continue? I don't know. Anyway, now on to the regular format of the show that we had planned on.
Right.
And instead of a tale of the tape, we've decided to do it's a movie, right, Joe? So you decided we should do
a box office.
A box office
report.
report. And so I don't say the words box office report in this. I use a pertinent 80s movie quote. And here we go.
We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Nice.
So there you go. There's your box office report noise. If you guys want to guess what movie that's from, Joe probably knows that one.
I do, but I will remain mum.
Yeah. That's a quote that you can feel free to see if you know that one. Show off your knowledge. All right, Joe. We've got two movies. Why don't you give us the box office report on the first one?
Okay. So our number one seed, 16 Candles, was released on May 4th, 1984. Directed by the legendary John Hughes. It starred Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, and Michael Schiffling. That's right, Michael Schiffling. 16 Candles is a coming-of-age romantic comedy about high school sophomore Samantha Baker, whose 16th birthday is forgotten by her family amid her sister's wedding preparations, while she pines for the popular senior Jake Ryan and deals with the unwanted attention of geeky freshman Farmer Ted. The U.S. box office gross for 16 Candles was $23.6 million versus a budget of $6.5 million. It's more than a 3 times profit.
Wow, pretty solid. Yeah.
Right? And it opened at number 2, then ranked 4, 5, and 6 in the box office takings in the following weeks.
So never quite got to the top, but pretty impressive.
Respectable.
Triple your profits. And this one's didn't have the benefit of having another Hughes teen movie come before it. This is kind of the first one. So
there you go.
In that genre, he had other films, but in that anyway. So MadMax 2: The Road Warrior was released in the United States May 21st of 82. It had come out in Australia 6 months earlier. Road Warrior was directed by the legendary George Miller and starred. The only named cast member you will recognize is Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
But you will recognize that name, for better or worse. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, is, as you might have gathered from our reading, is a post-apocalyptic action film where Lone Wolf Max helps a small oil refinery community defend their precious gasoline against a savage gang of marauders in the Australian wasteland. Now, this film grossed $23.6 million in the U.S. Now, if you think you've heard that number before, it's because it is the exact same number as 16 Candles in the U.S., okay? But worldwide, it made $100 million. So it is a bigger box office hit worldwide. And this was on a $4.5 million budget. So it's a 22 times profit in the worldwide box office for this film, which
made bank.
It's a massive success financially. But I looked for box office rankings for this, and it didn't rank. It got stomped in the summer of 82 by E.T., Conan, Rocky 3, Star Trek 2, Blade Runner, and Tron.
Wow.
So despite making bank, these other films that I just mentioned made so much more bank that in the U.S. box office, The Road Warrior didn't rank top 10, at least, from what I can tell. So,
got it.
But, hard to say it's not successful, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, Now, when we did songs, Joe, we would play pieces of the songs, right?
Right.
And sometimes we'd play the entire song as the season wore on.
For better or for worse.
We sure as hell can't do that with movies.
No.
So we tried to choose iconic scenes.
That's right.
So for 16 Candles, I have chosen kind of a foundational scene early in the movie, and here it is.
When it comes your turn to get married, do me a favor. Elope.
Who'd marry her?
Mr. T. Oh, I'm sorry. You'll have to buy lunch today. I didn't have time to fix your carrots.
Yeah, well, she's only eating carrots to increase the size of her breasts.
Mister, you had better shape up or you will miss your sister's wedding.
Promise?
Now, don't give me that pouty look of yours. You can eat your carrots when you get home.
That's it? You don't have anything else to say to me today?
What would you like me to say, Sam? Come on now, honey. You're going to miss the bus. Have a good day.
I can't believe this. They fucking forgot my birthday.
So there it is. That's
it's all there.
It's the one that, they're all busy. They're all heading out for their day. Everyone fucking forgets her birthday. And so it sets the scene. Okay. Now, would you like to set up the iconic scene that you have chosen for MadMax 2, The Road Warrior?
Sure. This is a scene, the only scene that's stuck in my head from seeing it originally. There's a little guy called the Failed Child, and he has this thing called, it's a boomerang. It's very sharp boomerang, and this scene...
heavy metallic boomerang.
That's right. In this scene, he gets to use it.
And, well, I'm not sure there's any dialogue in this scene. Here we go.
This is the valley of death.
See? Nothing can escape. The Among Us rules the wasteland. Give them nothing. Blow it up. Give them nothing.
And Among Us will not be defined.
That's a boomerang.
Oh, yeah.
Wait for it. It hit a guy in the face.
Yep.
And there's anger and sadness.
Right.
And the boomerang is thrown again. And the guy tries to catch it. And it severs all of his fingers.
Right. And the marauders laugh.
And scene. All right, so there you go. That's oh shit. That is the box office report. There's a little piece of each movie. Don't worry, you'll get a little more audio when we get to quoting movies a little bit later.
That's right.
Now back in the old show, the previous seasons, we had the no one is to blame bit, right? We would play that little clip, and then we would berate each other in 16 different ways.
Yeah.
And that may come back in some form, but all I have for this week, we're just calling this section like, whose fault is this? Are these movies being here? And so the only movie clip I could find in my brain with fault in it is the following.
The 1961 Ferrari 250 GT, California. My father spent 3 years restoring this car. It is his love. It is his passion.
It is his fault he didn't lock the garage.
Nice.
So whose fault? It's his fault for not locking the garage. Whose fault is 16 Candles, Joe?
Well, here's the deal. This is our number one seed. So our listeners voted this number one. It's a number one in the bracket. It's number one overall. It is our number one seed.
Yeah.
You rated it number one. You had it at the top of your bracket. I had it rated number 5.
All right. So
strong showing for both of us, but it was your top.
Yeah. This is pretty much everyone's fault, though, if it ended up
true.
overall 1. Now, whose fault is MadMax 2, The Road Warrior? Well, this one barely made the field at number 64, and it is 16 in this bracket. I ranked this one number 41, and we'll talk about reasons why I ranked it later. And Joe, you ranked it not at all.
That's right.
Not in your top 64. I have access to your full rankings, and you actually ranked this 74th out of the 115 films that we had available. So, not the furthest off the field, but
definitely not toward the top either.
33 lower than I ranked it. So,
yeah.
So this one's not your fault.
Not at all.
And so when we talk about it later, you can just let loose on it. You have no culpability on this one. All right. So that's whose fault these are. And you might recall we always like to talk about whether we liked the songs we would listen to.
Yeah.
And so today, yes, we rated them as being very 80s. Do we actually like these films, though? All right. And here's a bumper for that, Joe.
The first time I didn't feel it, but this time I feel it. And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
All right. I put Crush on You in there just for you, buddy. All right. So
I can't say I missed hearing that, but yeah.
Yeah. So we're also going to reveal whether we like them. We're going to reveal whether Siskel and Ebert like these films.
Oh yeah, because listen,
available.
I mean, as much as the first 3 seasons of the 80s owed so much to Casey Kasem, this season owes a lot to Siskel and Ebert because they were the premier film critics for us anyway in the 1980s.
The most available to us, accessible to us, I guess, because there wasn't like a radio movie show. There wasn't, and I didn't get the magazines that might have had other reviewers. So this is what we got.
Right.
These guys were they on PBS or something? I don't.
They started off on PBS, and then they, when they were in sneak previews, then they went to At the Movies, and they were in syndication, and then they had a different syndication deal, and it was Siskel and Ebert and the Movies.
Ah, okay. There you go, folks. All right. Well, let's talk about 16 Candles.
All right.
Siskel and Ebert gave this movie 2 thumbs up, and as you can see, Siskel really liked it, called it the best teenage comedy since last year's Risky Business. What about Ebert?
Ebert called it a sweet and funny movie and a fresh and cheerful movie with a goofy sense of humor and a good ear for how teenagers talk. I mean...
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so do you and I like it? For me, it's a yes. I've liked it since I first saw it back then. What about you? Where do you come out on this?
I mean, I liked it when it came out. It's harder for me to give it a positive thumbs up now, but we'll talk about that as we go.
Yes. Did you see it in the theaters back in the day? I did see it in the theater, and then later
I definitely did.
Yeah. And then were you also a re-watcher of this on VHS at points?
At some point, I 100% watched this on VHS.
Do you own the film?
I did not own the film. I do not own the film.
I did not own it. However, now renting it was $1, or owning it was $1 more than renting it this time around. So I now own it for $3.99. So I now own the film, but I didn't up until this week.
Yeah.
Now, importance to us in terms of did you refer to this movie a lot? Did you quote this film at all back in the day? Were you?
I do not recall quoting this movie that much. There were other, but I mean, it was definitely important because this was like the first John Hughes movie that was aimed at our generation. And so it was important. But of the John Hughes oeuvre, this was not the most important to me.
As a freshman in high school, I wore a lot of the button-down with jeans and tennis shoes look. I had the braces. I had the blondish hair.
Yep.
And I had not yet grown to my full 6'2". And so, a couple of friends would refer to me as Farmer Ted after this movie came out. And I would embrace it because, king of the dipshits, right? So,
yes.
Now, in terms of rewatchability, Joe, this is where you want to... there's still parts that are really funny in this film, but then there are parts that are just hard to...
There's a lot
hard to
that
see because it reminds us...
eyes just is, it's like a war crime.
There's a lot of things that, in fact, are... show us what society and what we were like nearly 40 years ago, or over 40 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And it is what it was like, and so we're just kind of left with that.
It's true.
But it is kind of in a few very stark places, it's like, wow, like we've come a long way, I think. So, all right, now, MadMax the Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Do you like MadMax the Road Warrior? Let's find out what Siskel and Ebert thought, Joe.
Siskel and Ebert gave this 2 thumbs way up. Way up. Roger Ebert called it a film of pure action, of kinetic energy organized around the barest possible bones of a plot. Boy, he wasn't wrong there.
He wasn't wrong there. Whereas Siskel said it was frightening, sometimes disgusting, and if truth be told, exhilarating. Mad Max 2 is a movie like no other from Siskel. So,
all right.
Do you like Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior?
I mean, it's never... It's not exactly my style, but yes, I do like it. It's definitely not the best of the series by a long shot.
Right.
I do like it. How about you?
It's one of these deals where it gets better in the series, but without this, the better movies don't come along.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
And so I'm like I like it okay.
Okay.
But I had not seen this one back then. Had you seen this one in the past?
I had. I saw it. I caught up with it on VHS. Definitely not in the theaters.
I picked up on this series with Thunderdome, and so I thought, oh yeah, we're doing the one with Tina Turner in it, right? And then when I started watching it, I'm like, oh no, I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, there's no Tina Turner.
Where's the So. I had not seen it in the theater, nor on VHS. This was my first viewing of this film, which is hard to see it with, I would have been 12 when it came out.
Right.
Hard to see it with 12-year-old eyes when you're 55, pushing 56 really hard.
Yeah. Also, we're again, it's one of those that when you've seen the later Mad Max movies, it's hard to get excited about this one to the same degree.
Yeah, right. But, it's similar to 16 Candles in one sense, and that is, well, this is the second one, I guess, but 16 Candles, John Hughes gets better.
Right.
And Mad Max Road Warrior 2, George Miller gets better.
Yeah.
So, all right. Did this have any importance to you? It didn't to me. I knew of Mad Max, just something I'd heard of.
Yeah.
I don't know if the franchise really...
No.
Or this movie? No.
Okay. Not at all.
And then rewatchability. Would you say it had any of that for you?
I mean, yeah. It's a dumb action movie. Those are pretty rewatchable to me.
It didn't have... I'm not reminded of, anyway, a ton of cringe moments like there were in 16 Candles. I mean, it just, it's dumb.
Not so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go, folks. We like them pretty much okay with a few caveats of cringe moments. We know whose fault they are. We know what the movies are. It's time for us to discuss and break it down. And let's do it, Joe.
All right.
I've thought about this quite a bit, sir. I don't want to sell anything, buy anything, or process anything as a career. I don't want to sell anything bought or processed, or buy anything sold or processed, or process anything sold, bought.
All right. It's a circular conversation. We are here for it. We talked about, Joe, during our discussion, using certain pillars to try to compare the movies directly.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to get more mathematical about it so that we're looking at certain aspects and kind of giving them, a rating of some kind.
Sure.
And keeping them. I think you kind of evolved that in the last music round, in the Legends round.
In the Legends, right? So we kind of talked out a few of these pillars.
Right.
We have some space to put things out from outside of the pillars in if there's exceptional things about a movie that don't fit.
Right.
But overall, how many of these do we have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things.
Okay.
So we can blast through these and see where we end up.
All right, let's do it.
Our first pillar is cast.
So what we're looking at here is is this an iconic '80s cast? Are these people who were huge in the '80s? How packed is it with huge '80s people? So let's talk about 16Candles.
Right, for example, the example I'm giving, and I think when we get to it, it'll be a 10 cast is like maybe The Breakfast Club or The Outsiders, where it's every person in it is either already a huge 80s star or becomes a huge 80s star. Red Dawn comes to mind as like a 10.
Absolutely.
All right. So that in mind for cast, give us the 16Candles players that folks might have heard of.
Well, in addition to Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall, Jamie Gertz is in here in a very small part. And she, whether you're a fan of her work on Square Pegs or her iconic role in The Lost Boys, she has some 80s cred.
For sure.
Joan Cusack is in here in a very funny physical comedy bit. And John Cusack is in here in a tiny part in which he was actually really solid.
He was solid for a guy with 10 lines or whatever,
Yeah, he
as
made
Farmer
the most
Ted's
of it.
Second in Command, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then it also features Zelda from Poltergeist as a church organist.
Yes,
giving her very weird energy.
So yeah, it's got some pretty solid. I mean, it's got the two main stars,
Yeah, yeah.
And the Jake character played by Michael, however we've agreed to say his name, Scheffling.
Oh, Scheffling. Yeah, sorry. Scherfling? Schiefling?
I don't know how to say it. Schoffling, whatever. That guy never acted again, as far as I know.
No, but I mean, he set many a heart aflutter of women our age.
That's true, for sure. Heartthrob.
Yeah,
heartthrob material. So, in trying to rate this cast out of 10, I thought it was really solid and kind of filled with folks who, if they weren't already 80 stars, would become them. I gave this cast an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to go 7.5. Right up there, just not quite.
Not quite there, but
7.5.
All right, the MadMax cast. We've got Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
And that's
it.
That's it. In terms of actors I had ever heard of before.
Right.
So you got Mel Gibson. How much is having Mel Gibson in a film? Massive star. The Mad Max series. The Lethal Weapon series.
Right.
I'm sure some other stuff that I'm forgetting right off the cuff. But some big movies in the 80s.
Yeah.
Some massive franchises. How much is having that one guy worth to you for the entire cast ranking?
I mean, not a lot. It also featured, and I don't have the actor's name in front of me, but the guy that played Wes also turns up in pretty much the same part in
exactly
Weird
the
Science.
Same outfit almost.
Yeah.
In Weird Science, he is the biker,
right?
Like the leader of the bikers that break into the party.
Right. He's the guy that says you can't even take a shower with a beautiful woman without your jeans.
That's right.
And so I mean, I'll maybe throw like a half point in for him. So for me, it's like a 4. No, sorry, no, like a 3.5.
All right, I set my rating at 3 for Mel Gibson and for the guy whose name we don't know from Weird Science. And in fact, that was the first thing I noticed when watching this for the first time. I'm like, is that the same guy from Weird Science, or does it just look, or was Weird Science just like mimicking that guy? And then I had to look it up, and it was the same guy, and that blew my mind.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Now that's cast.
Right.
Next up, soundtrack. Okay. One of the things John Hughes liked to do was play new wave stuff of the time, some of his favorite stuff, bring popular music into his movies.
Right.
And so we ended up with a Stray Cats cover of 16 Candles, which you might remember.
16 candles.
All right, during one of the car sequences, we had Rebel Yell by Billy Idol.
Nice.
During another sequence, it was a big hit, regardless of how you feel about it. Turning Japanese by the Vapors is in there. I know how I feel about this next artist, though. Young Americans by David Bowie, who I love.
As do we all.
Is in the movie. And then there's a couple songs that are known from being in this movie, right? And one of them is Spandau Ballet's True.
Oh, yeah.
Dance sequence, right?
Yep.
And then the final sequence includes the Thompson Twins. And let me jump ahead. If You Were Here. Man, that is 80s as hell.
Yep. And that is an iconic song played over an iconic scene.
Exactly. And so that is the argument, I guess, for the soundtrack of 16 Candles.
Okay.
I gave the 16 Candles soundtrack an 8.5 out of 10. Very much packed with 80s goodness.
Yeah. I'm gonna go along with that. I'm gonna say 8.5 sounds about right.
All right. Now the MadMax motion picture soundtrack, Joe. Can you name a song that is in the MadMax motion picture soundtrack?
I can, because Culture Club's "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me" plays throughout.
If only that were true, that would get it a higher score.
Oh shit!
But what we really got is this. This is a song, but they play the boomerang sound before the music. Basically, what you have is a futuristic sounding action score.
Right.
That, in some cases, not this particular example, but some of it is synth heavy.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I jump 5 minutes ahead in this song, you know, it's just, it's a movie score.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, it's a score. That's it.
It's decent score. It's not.
They didn't get in any kind of pop songs until Thunderdome, really.
Yeah, right. So for me, in terms of 80s-ness, I gave the MadMax soundtrack a 1 for just having a couple songs with synth in it.
Okay.
And not much else.
I'm gonna give it a slightly higher. I'm gonna go with 2 because it was composed by Brian May.
Oh, okay.
Of Queen.
Fair.
And so I'm gonna, because it has that kind of 80s cred from the composer, I'm gonna go with a 2. Still not high, but
not high, but yeah, that actually I didn't know that. It doesn't say the author of this music, so that's cool.
All right.
All right. Now there's this next pillar.
Yeah.
And we're kind of throwing some stuff together. Can you explain the next one a little bit more in detail?
Art design encompasses just basically the whole look of the movie. The sets, the set decoration, the costumes, the hair and makeup, the props, the everything. Does this? If you were to look at this, would you go boom 80s?
Right. Okay. So, why don't you start off talking about how you feel about the 16 Candles art design?
Well, there's a sequence right toward the beginning of 16 Candles when Sam arrives at school, and there's this montage of all these people going to school, and it's like couples with their hands in their back pockets and shit like that, and it is so incredibly 80s.
Every manner of 80s footwear is shown,
right.
The jeans, the outfits, the holding hands with pinkies.
Yep.
The people with the current bands written on their folders.
Yeah. And
shit like
just
that,
throughout, this was
all
the look of the characters and the places to me was incredibly 80s. So I'm gonna go like a 9.5.
Yeah. I think it was meant to depict the state of teenagers at the time.
Yeah.
And it would be difficult to imagine a more representative look and feel, but I can think of one or two others that are maybe slightly higher, so I slotted this as a 9.
Okay.
But I can see a 9.5 or even somebody giving that a 10. I mean, it's the earlier 80s and later 80s got more ridiculous with neon and shit.
Right.
And so there might be some wiggle room to go a little higher, to be cartoonishly 80s, I guess, like the Jets
right.
Musically were. So I gave it a 9. What about MadMax for you in the art design?
Well, it's like
obviously it's not set in the 80s, right?
Right,
Go ahead.
right. Not set in the 80s, but like any kind of science fiction movie that's set in a future is filtered through the aesthetics of the decade in which it was filmed, and this is definitely an 80s future. I mean, Feral Child basically has Linda Hamilton's hair from Terminator. And there are mullets galore and feathers and mohawks, and it's just
and there's a ton of leather.
Yes.
And shoulder pads.
Right.
Like insanely wide shoulder pads, and it looks like almost like a 80s club scene that you and I were not privy to, but that kind of existed in MTV lore.
Yeah,
almost,
and the cars that are there are very much like an 80s style futuristic, auto culture. I mean, like if you compare it to like Fury Road, right? Those cars to me are very, very different. All the vehicles look like so the vehicles in this to me.
Yeah, I feel like
80s.
when the world ended in this world, maybe it had been the 80s because some of the old cars are 80s cars,
right?
Tuned up and changed.
So art design, I'm gonna go. I mean, just the hair alone, I'm probably gonna go like a 5.5.
That's fair. I initially gave it a 4. You're swaying me a little to go higher, and so I think I will bump that up to a 5 for
all right.
Because the hair, there's crimping, there's painted mohawks, there's there's one guy who's in the good guys group with the big feathered hair.
Yeah, the leader.
So, the leader, I can't, I don't remember character names.
I don't either. And I'm sure there are some Mad Max fans who are like, oh my fucking God, how can you forget,
I know.
Dinglehopper?
Yeah, please let us know in the comments. Again, one of our basic tenets of any podcast Joe and I do is that we have no depth of knowledge. So.
That's right. We have some breadth, but no depth.
All right, pillar 4 out of 6 pillars.
Yeah.
Joe, it's quotability.
Oh, man. Okay.
Now, let's do this in reverse.
Okay.
Let's do Mad Max first on this one,
Yeah.
Joe.
No. So for Mad Max, I mean, you asked me to find some quotes for this.
I did.
And here's what I came up with.
All right. Here's one of your quotes, and I'll play it. You can back announce what it is. All right.
Yeah. So the feral child just kind of grunts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like one of my quote is the feral child grunting.
Here is a second feral grunt for you.
That was a little bit more emotive grunting there. It was a happy grunt.
All right. And then I have one more from you.
That's right. This is from the character, the Humongous.
Disobey me, you puppy.
That's a bit of dialogue that made no sense to me, but boy, it stuck with me. Disobey me.
Disappoint me.
You puppy.
You puppy.
Yeah.
There was no dialogue for the first 7 minutes of the film. It's that kind of movie.
Yeah.
Stuff happens. There's transactional dialogue, but it's really all to push forward the action.
Right.
Very few conversations.
It ain't Shakespearean.
No. So I watched it and afterwards did not remember a single quote from the movie. And this movie has 10% of the dialogue of 16 Candles, right?
Yeah.
I gave this a 0 out of 10 for quotability, Joe. Where did you come out on Mad Max 2?
I'll go with a 1 because I'll
one?
stand behind you disobey me, you puppy, as a solid quote.
This might become a drop for the show.
Disobey me, you puppy.
It's so dark. All right, now 16 Candles, on the other hand, has a bunch of things that I would, not necessarily like a full line that I might quote, but there are parts like I'll do the nice manners babe thing.
Right.
Which comes from the dance scene where Jimmy Montrose is introduced. Jimmy Montrose is Sam's best friend Randy's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he might be my favorite character in 16 Candles.
Here's the thing: is I love the relationship between Randy and Jimmy Montrose, and I love how they stand by Sam.
All right. Well, I don't have the whole scene here, but I got like 30 seconds that includes Jimmy Montrose.
All right.
Yes, I'm back.
So I smell.
It's my shaving cream. I want to feel real clean, close shave.
I'll pass. Couldn't find anyone else to bug, huh?
Come on, you know you're the one I want to bug, huh?
This is my friend Randy, and that's Jimmy Montrose.
Howdy, dude.
This is Farmer Fred.
Ted.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Farmer Ted.
I'm not really a farmer. I'm a freshman.
Geek, can I be honest with you?
Not if you're gonna insult me.
Okay.
Shoot.
Get the hell out of here.
Nice manners, babe.
She's totally serious, asswipe.
Now, that might be his only line in the movie.
But he makes a meal out of it.
He does. She snaps at him.
Yep.
Sits up like he's laid back, and then he springs to action to defend Randy, right? Like, she's totally serious, asswipe. And in the television edit of this, which I have seen a few times, they substitute that with pencil neck. Like they have a second take.
Okay.
And he overpronounces it so that you can see his gums. Like pencil neck. And it's, for some reason, I became obsessed with that. And if I didn't mention it, Marcia would be disappointed in me. So there you go.
Of course.
Other quotes on the bus when he's first trying to pick up, when the geek is trying to pick up Sam.
Yeah.
He starts talking.
What's the story? I mean, you got a guy or?
Yes, 3 big ones and they less wimp blood, so quit bugging me or I'll stick them all over your weenie ass.
You know, I'm getting input here that I'm reading is relatively hostile. I mean, it's just
Go to hell.
very hostile.
So, with my love of computers and this guy's love of computers, I would often say I'm getting input here that I'm reading is relatively hostile, as a young teen.
Of course.
And I loved saying, pausing and then letting somebody say something terrible to me and then saying very hostile. What can I tell you? Now we have the problematic character. I can't remember if they say what nationality he is.
They don't.
Chinese?
They kind of mix it up. Between various Asian nations.
Okay. But regardless, I guess, of how you feel about it, this quote, anyone who's seen the film will remember.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
Oh, boy.
So, this actor, whose name I knew up until this very moment. Yeah, right. Getty
Watanabe.
And Getty Watanabe.
Watanabe?
Anyway, he was 28 for the shooting of this, playing, a teenager. And anyway, so yes. The other major quote of his with the gong.
What's happening, hot stuff?
What's happening, hot stuff? Ooh. So, again, these quotes existed. And then, of course, you and I acted out a scene earlier.
We did.
And part of it is here. Let me
This
see
information cannot leave this room, okay? It would devastate my reputation as a dude.
No problem.
I've never bagged a babe. I'm not a stud. I got the rep in 6th grade, and it stuck with me.
Keith, are you playing what we read earlier? Is this
I appreciate you not laughing at me, okay?
This is us.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, there you go. And then, not necessarily a quote, but the iconic moment we talked about it, the ending of the film.
Thanks for getting my undies back.
Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for coming to get me.
Happy birthday, Samantha. Good wish.
It already came true.
And then in comes Thompson twins, right? So very cool. Anyway, so there's a lot of parts if you watch it, if you've watched the movie a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of lines you see coming that you like to quote. Maybe her little brother Mike. That guy, everything that guy says is quotable.
Yeah.
Classic. He's such an asshole. Mike. Anyway, I don't know if you had any other thoughts on quotability.
There's a lot of lines that we knew and know still from it because it was really aimed right at us. So yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was there's all kinds of situations like Anthony Michael Hall turns to the camera, breaks the fourth wall. This is getting good. There's a bunch of little moments out there. Most of John Cusack's lines,
right?
When Cusack and his other buddy in unison say "girls' underpants," stuff like that. You just watch it. I gave this a 9 out of 10 on quotability. I know it so well and might be slightly influenced and biased. I gave it a high number because I pretty much know the entire script.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go 7.5 on this. There are definitely John Hughes movies that I know better and can feel are more quotable.
Like Breakfast Club might be the most quotable 80s film, possibly.
Possibly.
So I left room for that.
All right.
All right. Pillar 5 of 6 is themes.
Yeah.
And what did we mean when we came up with the pillar for themes, Joe?
Well, like, what were like things that people thought about or were big ideas or things on our minds in the 80s. So you're talking about like, Cold War, AIDS,
a race to lose your virginity, things like these
money,
that were hit.
Importance of money, greed, just all kinds of stuff that would 80s type ideas.
Yes. Okay. So, what themes do you have noted for 16 Candles? I bet we probably have several in common here.
I think so. I mean, loss of virginity was huge in teen movies in the 80s.
Even just talking about it, like no one actually loses their virginity within the course of this film, but it's certainly implied and talked about a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Young love. Problems with family.
I also have the giant party trope.
Oh,
right?
hell yeah.
Like that huge party at Jake's is like so massive of an 80s trope.
Yeah, definitely.
Geeks became kind of a thing in 80s filmmaking, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like high school class structure or high school cliques.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The hierarchy, the caste system of high schools, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Yeah, that's a huge theme found here. And so this ticks a lot of boxes. And I gave this for 80s themes, I gave it like an 8 out of 10 on thematic 80s vibes.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
8 sounds good.
Meanwhile, MadMax 2, The Road Warrior, has some 80s vibes to it in terms of the end of the world fears, right? Like the nuclear war apocalypse, right? And the punk look, that kind of 80s punk look.
Yeah.
Those were the only ones that really kind of hit me for 80s themes.
I mean, I feel like car culture was pretty big in the 80s, so this movie's all about car culture, so I'll throw that on the fire.
That's actually a good point. That might get me to add one more to. I had it originally as a 3. I think you are going to convince me to pump it up to a 4.
Yeah, and that's about where I would put it too.
All right, well, the final pillar,
Yeah.
Joe, and this is the one that can equalize for movies that aren't set in the 80s.
Yeah.
The cultural relevance of the film that we're talking about.
So like the impact of a film on society, particularly on Gen X, because
this is how
where
a
we're coming
film,
from.
like one of the Star Wars films or like an Indiana Jones film,
Right.
clearly not set in the 80s.
Right.
But massive hits in the 80s.
Yeah.
To the point where everyone knows every character's name and all that, right?
Right.
And there's action figures. All right, well, in terms of cultural relevance here, talk to me about the 16 Candles relevance in culture.
Well, again, John Hughes for white teenagers, especially in the 80s, was the director, and this was his first, kicked it off, so very relevant culturally. I mean, again, any time that we're quoting a movie as much as you are quoting this one, it's sunken pretty deep in the culture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gave it 7.5 for basically, there's very few folks who are completely unaware of this film.
Right.
And most of my Gen X friends, if not all, have seen it at least once.
Yeah.
And are aware of its general outline.
Yeah.
But I gave it a 7.5 because I think there are certainly movies that were bigger and more important to the culture, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go along with that. 7.5 sounds right to me.
All right. Meanwhile, Mad Max 2 was a big hit, like at least monetarily. It had a bunch of people see it.
Yeah.
It did have the effect of launching Mel Gibson to superstardom.
That's true.
And most folks, I would say, this second installment solidified the Mad Max universe's existence, and kept it going. And now there are another 4 films in that universe, or so, maybe more. And so it had some relevance. I think most people were aware of the existence of it, even if they hadn't seen it.
Yeah,
you could say Mad Max.
I think the post-apocalyptic aesthetic that they established in Mad Max probably also had a lot of influence on the design of movies that came subsequently. So I mean, I think definitely you can't ignore the cultural relevance.
So I thought it had I didn't think it had no cultural relevance. I didn't think it was a 10. I put it right in the middle. I gave it a 5.
I'm gonna be right there with you. 5 sounds right.
So those were the 6 pillars.
Okay.
And then we have moments to find where you can add any toys that you might have about the thing, or anything else that might give it a little extra cred. I don't know if you have any bonuses, things like...
I mean...
iconic prop is something I have as a note here, like the hoverboard, Back to the Future 2 and 3, or something that is just cuts through pop culture and people know it. Or a hidden cameo that maybe people don't know. Something that might give a movie a couple extra points.
Okay.
Do you have anything that you wanted to throw in for bonus here on either of these films?
For 16 Candles, I'm going to say this, to my knowledge, this may be the first teaming of both John and Joan Cusack in one film. Which, they would go on to do many other films together. So I'll throw that in there.
That's true. I found out that in the one scene in the party where where Jake's girlfriend hair is caught in the door, the character that cuts the hair for her is Molly Ringwald's big sister.
I did not know that.
I don't know if that really gives it...
Jamie Gertz and the elder Ringwald are the ones that are crawling on the floor there.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. And so I don't know if that gets it any more 80s cred, but I'm going to call that a toy.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a ton of floppy disk references in there.
Yeah.
They bet floppy disks on whether he can get her underpants. Then he goes on a little bit of a thing explaining what floppy disks are to her in the auto shop scene.
Right.
And I was a nerd who was also using floppy disks at the time.
Of course.
Anyway, it was a good time marking type reference. In that opening scene, someone, I believe her brother says, "Who'd marry her?" And her little sister says, "Mr. T," which I thought was a nice little timestamp of the moment that Mr. T might marry her. Anyway.
I don't know that he would have. He was very morally solid and would have balked at marrying a teenager. Let's throw that out there.
There's some folks who draw the line at abusing teenage girls.
That's right. I mean, no one in our current administration, but that's neither here nor there.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
In the Mad Max universe, the only extra cred that I had was that weird science guy being in the movie, which we already discussed in the cast.
Yeah.
Do you have anything extra for
The only thing
bonus?
I have is that when I saw this on the list, I was like, oh, it's Mad Max, the first Mad Max. And then when you were like, no, it's Mad Max 2. I'm like, no, there wasn't a Mad Max 2. It was just called The Road Warrior. But that's because it was released in the United States as The Road Warrior. Because Mad Max, the first Mad Max, did not get wide play here, and so they called this one the Road Warrior, and it was released here.
Gotcha. So this would have been the first Mad Max film Americans would have seen,
or most Americans, at least. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much release the first one got, but it wasn't widely seen.
Right. Okay. And then a bonus question I have here at the end.
Yeah.
This, we've been waiting. We've been alluding to this. Does the movie hold up to you? And for me, 16 Candles, the teen stuff holds up decently and is still pretty funny. But we've discussed it's got problematic lines, themes, and stereotypes, right? Like racial stereotypes.
For me, it does not hold up. I have trouble watching it. Not just for the racism, but the really gross way they handle the relationship between Jake Ryan and his girlfriend.
That is weird, right? Where he basically gives her up to the geek as whatever.
Just
property.
It's like, hey, why don't you go have sex with my drunk girlfriend? And we're meant to be okay with it because in the end, she's like, I liked waking up in your arms, which is just
weird.
Just not.
It's not believable.
Not believable, and it's disgusting. I mean, it's rape. It's pretty much rape. So, between the racism and the rape,
I think they tried to make him also get hammered and not remember. To try to avoid that. But I'm not excusing it either. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So for me,
so
it does not
there's
hold
some
up.
problematic stuff in there.
Yeah.
For me, it holds up a little. For you, it does not.
I mean, so again, there are some parts that I thought were very funny, like when he's dancing, trying to entice her at the dance. There was some physical comedy that was funny. There was some humor in there that I found funny, but and also Molly Ringwald, for me, I think she became a better actor in later movies. She was not great at this.
Yeah, it was interesting to see how she got, how did she get this role out of nowhere, right? But I don't know, but she did, and then now she's a household name, right?
Yeah.
In Mad Max 2, how does that hold up for you?
I mean, I think it probably holds up better out of the two because it wasn't.
It doesn't do much offensive stuff because it doesn't talk, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like this would be the vision of the future that we would have today necessarily. If we were painting something out of whole cloth. I don't know. I mean, I'm watching it, and for me, I'm like, something that doesn't hold up is the notion that so gas is super, super precious. They're all after the gas, and yet they're driving all over the fucking place.
Driving in circles around.
Yeah,
places.
just like driving. Like, what shouldn't you park your car for a bit if you're that concerned about saving gas?
Hole. Yeah. I think that's a massive plot hole in it.
Yeah.
I said they did a lot of great practical effects and real stunts, right?
Yeah.
But like some of the weird stuff, like when a guy got his eye poked out, the prosthetics were pretty outdated now looking back at it. Storytelling in action flicks has also progressed quite a bit, and editing. And
again, if you hold this up against Fury Road, which is one of the greatest action movies of the last 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
This does not hold up well compared to that. But if you're just taking on its own merits, I think it holds up.
And when you talk about Fury Road, there is a specific cake icing that you can go buy online, and it's silver, and you spray it on the cake to give it a silver appearance. And if you go read the reviews on it, it's all Fury Road fans that are talking about how using this frosting has gotten them to Valhalla, because it's so shiny, so chrome, they spray it on their face.
Yeah.
For those who have seen Fury Road, you'll get that reference. Anyway, it's hilarious. There are like 55,000 reviews on this humble little cake spray. They are all about Fury Road. It's classic. Anyway, Joe, it is time for us to render verdicts, and I have a new bumper for that.
All right.
Let's see what this one's like.
Wait a minute, you can't get away with this. Oh, no, I'm afraid I can. You see, only the president of the Greek Council can call a vote. That's completely unfair. This is bullshit. Meeting adjourned.
Well, the pressure is on, Joe. There's another opportunity for you guys to tell us if you know what movie that's from. Joe, do you know in your head?
I do.
What movie?
I do in my head.
Okay, I know that one. Excellent. It's time to render a verdict, and 16 Candles is a 1 seed, and that is our favorite. And just to remind new listeners, when the favorite is odd, I go first. When the favorite is even, Joe goes first. So today, I will render my verdict.
Okay.
Well, the numbers are stark. My totals for 16 Candles are 48.5 against MadMax's 18. And so this one's a real easy move to the next round for 16 Candles for me, Joe.
Okay.
Was it more difficult for you, or
not really? Now, here's the thing: is I was making my numbers up as I went along. In the future, I will try to have my numbers written down ahead of time. But I don't have to do all the calculations to know that 16 Candles definitely got a higher score from me. So I am also going with 16 Candles.
All right. Well, that's it, folks. We have rendered our verdicts, but, it doesn't really matter what we think because our votes are just 2 out of a full listenership of votes, right?
That's right.
And so, Joe will tell you about that in a moment, how to vote. But that's all the time we have for this week. And next time on the 80sist, oh man, buckle in because it is 8 seed Hot Dog ellipses the movie against number 9 seed in this region, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Just one of many nightmares.
That's right.
Elm Street. Yeah, folks, to be able to vote for your movie, make sure you sign up with us at our Substack. That is the 80sest.substack.com. Go there, cast your vote. Maybe tell us a little bit about why you're voting the way you are. Give us some feedback, answer some questions. Our Substack is free. It always will be because it's just the kind of people we are.
We're that generous.
That's right.
Yes. No cost to you whatsoever.
Yeah.
And now, Joe, at the end of the show, we're doing something new.
That's right.
This season. Do you want to explain? This was your kind of brainchild. You want to?
So what we decided we would do here is at the end of the show, you know how we used to have an exit skit. We'll make them up. And
for instance, sweet dreams you can't resist. Like that kind of shit.
Yes. Those are going the way of the dodo because we just don't. We're getting old. We don't have the energy to write those all the time.
I used up so many products and so many 80s things that I kind of ran out.
That's right. Yeah, you ran the gamut. You really did. So to replace that, what we're doing is after the music, after our little outro music, we are going to play a movie quote. Not from necessarily the bracket, just from an 80s movie. And we're asking you to listen and to see if you can, without Googling.
Yes, please.
No cheating. Tell us...
honor system, folks.
Yeah, tell us on our Substack in the comments what movie it's from. Bonus points if you can name the actor or actors.
Yeah, and I will be keeping score
nice.
of who can, be first to get these correct. Because you might be first, but be wrong, right? So the first one to post the correct answer, I'm going to keep track of it all season long. And our first place winner, I think I'll be getting him an 80s t-shirt or sweatshirt, whatever we can rustle up, Joe.
Nice.
So, little prize for the season winner on that. But again, come on, guys. Just, if you don't know it, it's okay to say you don't know it.
That's right.
Don't Google it. Just say you don't know.
No sweatshirt is worth a stain on your soul.
That's right. That's right, folks. So, That's all for today's show. In Cleveland, I'm Keith Marsteller. Until we meet again, be excellent to each other.
And in Seattle, this is Joe Walk. Thanks for listening. Tune in again next week because we'll be back.